what we have here is quite the interesting piece. This is a Century open top, as they call it, spinner. Model 172. It is a 60-inch fan. There's the tag. Why do they call it open top? This is why. The top is open. The top is exposed. Nice basket weave. Here we see the terminal block. Over in there is the speed coil. The fan dates to about 1915. I found it in an abandoned municipal building in the city of Detroit. The building closed. The building was built into. Let me start over. The building was built in 1927, which makes it odd because by the late teens, Century had switched to the closed top variety with a stamped steel top and non-vented bottom. And yeah, so I'm assuming it was probably old stock that they found. Anyway, the building this was in was closed in 2001, and it's been decaying for the past 15 years. Then I came along and rescued it. So I've been looking for a Century like this for a very, very, very long time, and I'm very happy to finally have one. So now, you can see the switch knob. Nice urn-shaped switch housing. Oh yeah, really nice. Very nice ornate rotor. When I found this in the building, the blades were covered in about an inch of plaster debris, and I'm sure the lead paint, the institutional green lead paint, probably preserved the blades because they were minimally warped. They're not split terribly. If anything, they're only split because someone tightened the screws too much. Anyway, now let's see what this thing does. This switch is a bit finicky. We're going to start with low speed. On low speed it is doing 115 RPM, which is a good medium speed for any normal fan. The thrust bearing is a bit loud. At some point in the past, the oil cup had filled with water from the leaking roof. So, but luckily, the bearing was protected or preserved by the decades and decades of grease that had accumulated in the bottom of it. However, that doesn't mean the thrust bearing isn't worn, so I should probably replace that at some point. So. Okay. Yeah, the medium speed is a bit finicky. The switch needs work. Now on medium speed it's doing 185 RPM, and that's fast for any 60-inch fan. So, that's saying something about how powerful this thing is. There was an old wives' tale going around saying how this thing is more powerful than 5 16-inch desk fans combined. So, yeah, this thing is a beast. It also weighs 68 pounds, so, yeah, lifting it and hanging it, a bit difficult. Just a little difficult. Getting it down was a bitch and a half itself. Let's go full blast now. High speed is about 275. Alright. That is industrial fast. Stupid fast, in fact. And it has normal pitched wood blades. So, really, this thing outperforms many industrial, like metal blade, present day industrial ceiling fans. It's quite possibly one of the most powerful fans I have ever seen. And it's 100 years old. So, yeah, Century knew what the hell they were doing back in 1915. 1912. Holy hell. See how the whole bottom casing rotates. Part of it being a spinner fan. This thing is stupid powerful. And now we're turning it off to let it coast. When I found this thing, it was frozen up. I believe it was in the mayor's office. Was the only fan in the building. All I really did was rewire it, give it new lead wires, free it up, and yeah, oil it, and boom. Purrs like a kitten. Well, except for the thrust bearing, but that's an easy repair. The serial number is 45841, again model 172. I'm not exactly sure what the date is, but I would assume 1915, since that's apparently the last year they had open tops. But correct me if I am wrong. I believe the original finish was copper oxide, and some idiot decided to paint it over institutional green. It was lead paint, so I would assume maybe 40s or 50s. That's when they did that. And there you go. The uber awesome, extremely powerful Century open top.